Hello, doctors. This is Dr. Nicholas Sheffer, holistic chiropractor for 34 years, Palmer College of Chiropractic graduate. Also sat on the board of 3 nutrition companies as a scientific lecturer and board member to the Scientific Advisory Board. I was the only chiropractor on all 3 boards of all companies that was a chiropractor. Everybody else is a medical doctor. And I will tell you, when I got done with the speeches, there were standing ovations because I back up what I say with the science, and I had the science to back up what I say. All from the books we've had in school. So, this is part 2 of Build a Cookie Cutter Nutritional Practice in 10 minutes with Dr. Nick. I would like to explain the objections of what you have in your mind right now that you're completely have evaluated yourself what they are and maybe saying no before you even understand what we're really going to get into. But first thing you need to know is that the vitamin industry is completely unregulated and you can make vitamins from your basement and sell them. It's up to you. And this is true. So with my program, Build a Cookie Cutter Nutritional Practice in 10 minutes with Dr. Nick, that's in your office, I will do continual research on what supplements work, have physiological explanations on the key code in the office of what is going on, and give you continual support to help you, your clients, and your mother and father and all your clients that you're losing, of which there's 50 different patients you're losing, that you work your tail off to build a practice. And eventually, doctors, it's going to be you. You are the one who's going to get sick sooner or later. And a lot of these things are nutritional deficiencies. So I'm going to read to you the objections of the cookie cutter nutritional practice, why you haven't implemented this into your practice. Then I want to go over the 8 sayings that tie into chiropractic and nutrition, dovetail it, so objectively prove that what I'm saying is exactly what is. I'm not making this up. This is science, and that's what it's all about. This is why you won't build a nutritional practice. Number 1, lack of knowledge. They are not able to discuss nutrition with the patients. You are not able to discuss nutrition with the patients. I do not want to stock a lot of product and have money tied up. Well, with my program, you don't have any money tied up, and you have nothing in stock. How do you like that? 3, everyone says their vitamins are the best. I do not have the time to read the research, and when I am finished with the provided information, I still don't know what I even read. That's why you got me, Dr. Nick. That's why you have my answers on the survey that explain macular degeneration, the government studies showing what vitamins you have a deficiency in. And since there are 51 different types of calcium, gentlemen, in Dorland's Medical Dictionary on page 252, and there are 21 different types of zinc on page 1863 in Dorland's Medical Dictionary, and there are 15 different types of magnesium, no one even knows which one to take. And the bioavailability isn't there. Some is 10%, 20%, 80%, 90%, or 100%. So you're not even absorbing what you're getting. So the 4th question is the chemistry is complicated. Yes, it is very complicated. Number 5, I feel a need to explain to my patients why my vitamin is better so I can keep the client I work so hard on attempting to obtain. You don't have to explain why the vitamin is better because the ones we use, we have some clinical studies, we've got patents on things. So it really takes you out of the regular vitamins that are out there because we've got some studies proving what our stuff works. You have to explain anything. It's all in my survey. No medical doctor explains how blood pressure medication works through cell physiology to the patient. He looks at you like you have 3 heads. Go talk to the nurse. She prints it off or go look it up. So you don't have to have the responsibility to explain cell physiology that you don't even remember or have time to do. It's in my references and in my head. What I can do is call me if you get stuck. There is no system out there to self-educate the patient about supplements, the need, the quality, and the studies. That's right. There really isn't. A lot of people can say things on the internet, but when I tell you something, I'm going to quote the book and the page, and this story is over with. Over with, okay? I feel I need to explain how zinc works in the body. No, you don't. There's 21 different types of zinc. If they answer yes to certain questions, that's all dovetailed in my explanation. And zinc does make 212 different types of enzymes, by the way. And what destroys zinc is coffee, tea, soda pop, sweating, and sex. Wow, everybody's deficient. And there's 21 different types of zinc to take. And by the way, you can't put zinc oxide in your mouth that you put on your nose to be a lifeguard, because that is not the right type of zinc. That is an element, not true zinc. And if you want to be a lifeguard, fine, but you don't put zinc oxide in the body in here because it doesn't work. It's for a sunburn or prevent sunburn. See, this is what I know all day long. When I sell a product, patients decide to go around me and buy it on Amazon and cut me out of the loop. Yes, Amazon is running everybody out of the business. There's no question about it. But guess what? Our products are not permitted to be sold on Amazon or eBay or any place else. They're not going to buy them at Kmart because, you know, I don't mean to offend you doctors, but I'm in the same boat. I don't have the money like some of these multi-billion-dollar companies that can buy $100,000 of vitamins at a pop and get a good deal, and you don't either. No, we don't have that ability. That's what's cutting everybody out of business. So this is not sold on Amazon and not sold on eBay. If it do, they're going to get in trouble with the company. So now you've got a mousetrap. Number 8, I do not want to ship or deliver and run to the post office with my little brown boxes. My secretary and I have enough things to do. You don't ship, stock, or deliver anything. How you like that? They go to your computer, they hit the button, they click, they buy, and everybody's happy. And they send it to the patient. Number 9, I don't have time to talk with the patient about nutrition. I'm busy being a chiropractor. I don't have time to talk with the patient about nutrition. I'm a chiropractor. You don't have to, guys. They fill out the survey. They tell you what's wrong with them. And you don't have to explain the cell physiology. Dr. Nick has done that. Dr. Nick has the system all ready to go. So this is not going to slow down your chiropractic practice. Not one iota. It's part of the history, guys. And you can ask your patient 5 or 6 questions. Are you on cholesterol medications? Are you diabetic? Do you have macular degeneration? Or do you have gum disease? Guys, you're losing so much business you have no idea. And you're destroying America and the economy because no one's getting better with any of these conditions. Nobody. Nobody. Number 10, there's not enough money in it for me. Well, yes, there is. Now you know there's money into it for you. There is a need, there is a niche, and I've got the system. Number 11, I eat good. I get all the nutrition I need from my diet. I do not need vitamins. That is not true, and that's on my website, drnicksheffer.com. And I'll explain it with a few vitamin deficiencies here that people tell me to eat right. I said, go ahead and tell me. I give them an example. And go to my other video we did about how to lower cholesterol naturally through food. And I'll summarize it in 10 seconds. Cholesterol is made in the liver. Bile is absorbed when you eat enough fiber. And you need 30 grams a day according to the Department of Agriculture. Nobody is eating 9 apples a day, 9 oranges, 6.5 bowls of oatmeal, or 8 bananas a day. That comes to about 30 grams a day. Every day you have to eat. And if you eat fiber, it absorbs the cholesterol, which lowers your ability to have cholesterol. Oh my God, everybody's on cholesterol medication. That's the secret. And you can't afford to eat any of those 4 food groups. So we have a special nutrition bar that ties right into it for $2.38 a day. Or eat 8 bananas, 8 apples, 8 oranges, or 6.5 bowls of oatmeal, guys. I got this all figured out. It's the math. 12. Most vitamins do not work. I don't want a patient complaining about it and wanting their money back. Well, guess what? We got 100% money back guarantee. I love when I can take a client who is so sick with macular degeneration or any condition, and I tell them I can't guarantee it's going to work. I have to have a little room here. This is serious pressure, huh? But guess what? If they're not helping macular degeneration because they can't do anything, and if I can help them, I'm a hero. Now the patients are going to start coming to your office for conditions not related to the spine. And if it doesn't work, guys, and I hate to say it, not everybody's going to get better. Sometimes they're too far gone. Okay? Sometimes the patient has such bad arthritis in their spine, you can't even adjust the wrist, it's completely fused. So you get my point. So they can call the company and get 100% of their money back. And I'm not talking complicated Chinese math here, you know, X, Y, Z. You call them up, you get all your money back, and every dime for your product is refunded to you, or you can buy another product in place of it, or debit or return your credit card information. So nobody's losing. I love it. I can give a money back guarantee with no results. So the patient goes for the lab work, the blood work, and their triglycerides change, their cholesterol, and their blood pressure. And guess what? If it happens, you're a hero. You're a hero. And you have nothing to worry about. How do I know if the supplement is effective? Because the clinical tests that you're going to run. And I just got done reversing another non-alcoholic fatty liver 4 months ago, guys. That's a non-reversible condition. That's right. With CAT scans to prove it and report, I reversed the guy's case in 7.5 to 8 months. Had it for 10 years. And moderate cirrhosis. Gone. Go to my website and read about cholesterol and read about the liver function, how it regenerates itself, and the time that will do it if you have the proper nutrition and guidance medical physiology. All documented. Read Non-Alcoholic Fatty Liver on drnicksheffer.com. Now, there are no regulations on vitamins like medications. That is true. But you know what's interesting to me, guys? How many of these medications that hundreds of millions of dollars of research have been instituted to get to that point to sell it to the general public. And guess what happens? 5 or 10 years down the road, the medication's off the market anyway. So people say, I don't want to take vitamins, they're not regulated. I said, well, that's true. But if you regulate medication and some of those become removed from the market, and I was in Iowa Hospital about 20 years ago when they were talking about Premarin causing strokes, which is from a pregnant horse mare's urine for hormones. That's off the market. Now we got Fosamax that people took for years for osteoporosis. Guess what? All these prescribed medications that are supposed to be safe, adios, they're gone. And there isn't one cause of death from the Center of Disease Control in all the statistics that someone's died from taking a vitamin. I have all those references. Not one. People are dying from taking their own medication. I went to vitamins that have the clinical trials like the medication do in some specific testing, so I know they work. I've already answered that question. They have had double-blind studies on medications. Yes, they have. And we have some double-blind studies on nutrition. But the bottom line is they don't hurt anybody. And if it doesn't work, they get all their money back within 90 days. Isn't that fantastic? There's no pressure on you. I do not have a system in place I can implement for nutrition that will not slow down my chiropractic practice. Well, now you do. It's Dr. Nick's cookie cutter nutritional practice in 10 minutes with your patient. Now, let me go over just a few very important sayings here. And there's 8 of these. And it's interesting, of the 8 of these, many of them pertain to chiropractic and to the need of nutrition. Now remember, you need 31 nutrients and vitamins every day, which is written in stone by the Department of Agriculture and all these very high-end scientific people. There are 31 more nutrients you need that are not even listed in this 31. They're not even there because we haven't established a need of nutrition for these people. So unless you heard it from Dr. Nick, you would never know about the other 31. And one of them is malic acid, and we did do a television show on that earlier that you can watch. And no one's eating 6 apples a day and 44 grapes. Let me go over these sayings, doctors. This here is Black's Law Dictionary. And Black's Law Dictionary talks about the definition of disease. It talks about disease being affected. It says, you know, that disease can be caused from different reasons. And they talk about, excuse me, that how the body works with disease. And it's really interesting. They talk about chemicals, poisons, and other things that relate to disease. But they also indirectly talk about nerve root pressure. This is Black's Law Dictionary. So that kind of pertains to chiropractic, doesn't it? Okay. So let's go to Einstein's conversation here. The doctor of the future will give no medication, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, diet, and the prevention of disease. Right there's two things for chiropractic, right there. That's why I have the spine and nutrition. The next one is Gray's Medical Anatomy. We've all read it. All those chiropractors had to read every medical book that you have to read to go through med school. So when we went through chiropractic university, we had to read their books, didn't we, guys? So in their own book, Gray's Anatomy, it says the nervous system controls and coordinates every organ and structure of the human body. So the ability for my arm to do this is related to C5. If I have a subluxation or pinched nerve, this is not going to work. And we can grade muscle strength number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 with how we test with the reflex hammer and the response in muscle testing. So if this is a 5 and this is a 2, and you're a professional quarterback for a professional football team, and none of the chiropractic care, you can't throw that ball as well as the other guy because you don't know that that nerve is weakening your muscle whether you work out or not. And this is the mission, docs, that we need to get across to people for professional athletes. Hippocrates, the father of medicine. Let food be your medicine and medicine be your food. And look to the spine for the cause of disease. There's another one for chiropractic. Webster's Dictionary. You know what the definition of health is in Webster's Dictionary is? 100% of your organs functioning 100% of the time. I remember before I went into chiropractic university, I went to hear a story about chiropractic, and Peter Graves was the person doing the lecturing about chiropractic, and I never forgot what he said. And I was about 16 years old. The nervous system controls and coordinates all organs of the human body, and health is 100% of the organs functioning 100% of the time. Well, what makes an organ work, guys? It's the nerve that leaves the spine, that goes from the spine to the kidney, the spine to the brain, the spine. If I cut the nerve going to my eyeball, I can't see. Isn't that incredible? People don't know our mission. They don't understand our mission, but now you guys know it, and now we have to get on the same track to help people and humanity. Dr. Koop said 68% of all deaths in America are related to a nutritional deficiency, which is perplexing to me because it really is heart disease, cancer, strokes, and lower respiratory infections, which ties into asthma, but it's not mentioned that way. And don't confuse it with number 8, influenza and pneumonia, which is an infection. And then you go into diabetes, et cetera, okay? And then the next one is Senate Document 264, 74th Congress, second session, that 99% of Americans are deficient in minerals, and any one marked deficiency will lead to the cause of disease. 1936. Wow. And then, of course, we have the ancient Chinese secrets that talk about the ways to stay healthy. They talk about clean air, clean water, fiber, daily exercise, and also positive attitude, massage, acupuncture, and tissue manipulation. So if we look at all 8 of these doctors, 7 of the 8 pertain to chiropractic maintenance of the spine, and the 5 of the 8 talk about nutrition. So now you guys know black and white, because of the vitamin deficiencies we all have, that this is a serious issue. Okay, we just finished explaining the 8 major quotes from very interesting, informative people and culture groups about the causes of disease related to a nutritional common denominator. And the old common denominator is chiropractic, and we've all went through this. Now, since we have talked about earlier in the video the 10 causes of death that are determined by the CDC and all other major groups, which are considered natural causes of death, and they start with heart disease, et cetera, and then we went into the 10. I have an overview of the 10 natural causes of death, car accidents, et cetera. But I do want to list to you the causes of death that are modifiable from Harvard School of Medicine, Public Department of Harvard, and the addiction facility out of Toronto and the University of Washington State. You're going to find that these are changes of life that you can make that are modifiable, that dovetail into heart disease and other things. So now heart disease has to do partially with smoking too. Of course it does. And here's what they are. And you're going to find some of these tie into nutritional deficiencies again. And this only has 107 references, ladies and gentlemen. I repeat, 107 medical references. Tobacco is the #1 reason that people can change, is a modifiable lifestyle change that causes death. 2 is high blood pressure. 3, overweight and obesity. 4 is lack of physical inactivity. 5 is because of increase in dietary salt. And that's going to be our next video. And the next one is low in omega-3 fatty acids. Who is eating salmon every single day or 5 times a week? Omega-3s are essential for health. So now you chiropractors see there's a relationship with that, and it ties into inflammation, ADD, ADHD, brain function, and reduction of inflammation. And that again is on my survey. I explained the mechanism. Increase in trans fatty acids and alcoholic use. So those are the modifiable changes in life health that you can make if you just would understand those tie into the causes of disease, of death, natural and unnatural. So what you need to do, you can go to drnicksheffer.com. You can email me at thedoctorofthefuture6@gmail.com for more information, and I will help you with a survey to build your practice, help you develop extra income, help your patients so you won't lose the income, and probably even extend your life and your children and your mom and your dad. Until we meet again, thank you.